This is a HeadGum podcast.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Like to check that when you're camping, you leave your area better off than when you found it. Leave only footprints. Take only photographs are words to live by.
Checking first is smart, so check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois. This episode of Handsome is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Every time I use Booking.com to find a place to stay in the US, I know they'll have exactly what I'm looking for. They have a huge variety of options from hotels to vacation rentals, and I'm always able to find something that fits my specific needs. I found that Booking.com has something for everyone.
When Stephanie and I plan our summer vacation for us and our kids, we've got one thing at top of mind: getting outdoors. Nobody wants to be cooped up in the summer, and that means using Booking.com to find a hotel that's right in the middle of nature. So you're spending less time in the AC and more time getting vitamin D out in the sun with your loved ones. We're planning a beach trip and found an amazing hotel right on the beach. So you can open your window and get your sea air first thing in the morning. Summer cannot come soon enough.
No matter who you are, Booking.com helps you find the stay that's ridiculously right for you. Find exactly what you're booking for on Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
Handsome, chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod. Chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod.
Cheers.
Welcome to the Handsome Pod. It is your dear friend, Tig Notaro.
And your dear friend, Mavis Martin.
And your dear friend, Fortune, Feimster, and
Biggie!
Sorry, I just woke him up for that. He was like, bitch.
Wait, he was asleep and you pulled him up.
I mean, he was asleep for like a minute.
And I'm the villain for calling him what he is?
He can fall asleep in seconds. He'll be asleep again in 2 minutes, don't worry.
Oh, to be Biggie.
I
mean, I can
know.
fall
Oh my
asleep
God.
quickly, but I cannot stay that way.
I'll wake him up again in a little bit later in the pod to see.
Okay.
We'll check in on him.
All right. Good to know.
I could not sleep last night, and I tried vaguely in my memory, Tig, you said all you do is like 6 deep breaths or something like that.
I
And
do
I was like,
3.
that sounds so easy. 3 and that's it?
Well, it's not just 3 deep breaths. It's and I don't know if this is right or wrong for breathing techniques, but this is one I was taught, and I do it as soon as I'm ready to fall asleep. I do a deep inhale through my nose, and then I pause and then continue the deep inhale. So and then hold 3 seconds. So it's like this. And then
Takes counting.
exhale very slowly, like you are
Wow.
really, really slowly exhaling as slowly as possible.
Okay, I'm going to try that next time.
Yeah. So you're having trouble sleeping?
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to horrific true crime podcasts right up till I got in bed, so that was part of it.
That's probably not
And then I
good.
tried the breathing, and then,
That's
guys,
a good idea.
I don't know if you remember Fortune talking about the depuffer.
You
This was
got
not an ad.
it!
This
You've
is
been
Fortune was
influenced.
using the depuffer, and I was like, I'm getting it. I got it as soon as we got off the pod.
Depuffer.
You got yours, depuffer. And so this is like, it's like a
May's
facial,
been influenced.
100% influence. This is like a
Have
facial.
you used it yet?
Yes, I did it last night in bed.
What do you think?
I did it on the hot setting. This is like a facial massaging wand, not a vibrator. Looks
Boy,
like
is
one.
this a 2 against 1.
Yeah, look at this.
Hey, I think you go hot first and then cold.
I just wanted to relax. So
You
I did
just
hot, but-
described my personality to a T. Okay, so Fortune and May are a real YouTube dream right now. A real YouTube dream. They are claiming these are not.
It's really not a sponsored ad. It's just
But you're
it'd be
also
ni-
claiming
it'd be
it's not a
nice.
vibrator.
It's also not a vibrator, but it very much looks like one, right, Biggie?
But it is depuffer.
It's a depuffer.
Hey,
Get a
doesn't-
depuffer.
It doesn't vibrate. It just gets hot and cold.
But like immediately.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Now,
so
Nice. I'm a beauty influencer, y'all.
no,
I
I
know,
know.
this
I
was
see.
the hat that
I
was-
should put on, guys, did I put on this before?
what is that?
From we had J-Lo sponsor us at one point.
Oh
and
yeah, I
her
feel like
Beso balm.
I've seen.
Wait,
It's
did she
actually-
drop out of?
I don't know.
Why
Yeah.
did she drop out?
She
It wasn't believable.
There weren't enough lesbians buying.
Buying
Wait,
J-Lo's
Thomas,
cosmetics.
why did J-Lo drop out?
There were not enough lesbians buying
I
J-Lo's
don't know. We
beauty
just didn't
products.
get a renewal, so
This
You know
is
what?
a
We got-
load.
We got a lifetime of memories.
Yeah.
Did we?
And I have Beso
Name
balm.
one.
Y'all,
Name one
this
memory.
works, though.
This is one. Look
if
how
y'all think that
shiny.
we don't stand by some of our products,
My
and by
only
some, I
memory
mean
now,
all.
my only memory now of J-Lo is that she dropped out of sponsoring our gay faces.
As long as the bra companies stick with us. Come on, y'all.
Yeah,
Don't,
yes.
don't leave us.
we got your bras, we got your
Lesbians-
makeup,
Lesbians, we need y'all to continue buying beauty products.
Now, Tig,
or at
you're
least start.
you're drinking. I can see what looks like an iced coffee, but I'm going to presume this is decaf.
Yes, yeah, it is
Okay.
an iced decaf Americano.
You know what I'm
Nice.
doing for myself today?
What? What's your
What,
self-care?
girl? Girl,
Beso
tell
balm.
us.
I'm going to go get myself a nice coffee drink. And I'm going to take Biggie and we're going to sit on a bench somewhere and we're just going to be.
I say, hell yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You ever do that? Just sit. Sometimes I just go sit on a bench somewhere, and I
Oh,
just
man.
I don't
Where's
even
your
always listen to
bench?
music at different places.
Is this
around.
one of those things where it feels very much like a after school type movie that you
Yeah.
would see where it's like, well, I haven't seen Fortune. Where is she? Well, she's probably sitting on her bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they go find you there and you're
Yeah.
having some deep thoughts.
I'm like, people probably think I'm crazy. I will go find a bench in random places and just sit and be. I have no.
That is the least crazy. That's what you should be doing. Is there grass by your bench? Can you
It's
take your
different
little
benches. I don't have a bench.
Yeah, right.
So
Quit-
it's not a bench that you bring with you that you wheel
No.
around.
There's several ones. There's some ones in parks. There's ones at like one of those outdoor.
No, I know where benches
mall
are. I wondered
things.
where your after school
Sometimes it's a
special
bus
bench was.
No, I don't do a bus bench, but
But that's like what's crazy is that we feel the need to like document every second of our lives. Like it's so nice to just go be and not have to post a picture of you on your bench. Not to have
saying,
to
can
hey,
you
you
post
guys,
a
I'm just
picture?
I'm just being.
hey, just being hashtag being.
Here's what I think this is really great. I think we can all agree Fortune could use some bench time with Biggie. And here is really what I'm going to suggest. You go to your bench that's got grass, you take your little hooves off and you put
Okay.
your little toes in the grass
Oh, I like
and
that.
you ground yourself.
I like that. That feels.
Yeah.
The idea of that feels nies.
Yeah. So
TMZ is like comedian Fortune Feimster falls on hard times, barefoot at a bench for hours. Friends concerned.
I'm like, it's self care. Leave me alone.
I went on Easter Sunday. I went on a hike up to like Griffith Park Observatory.
Oh,
And
yeah?
I found a nice bench there, looking out over the thing. And
That's
up
the
there was like
greatest.
someone had made like a circle of stones, like a meditation. It was like
it's
a.
probably Fortune.
It was
Yeah.
probably for. Did you make a
Yeah.
spiral?
Last bench visit.
That's her bench and she
yeah,
didn't
they've
want to
got
tell
benches
you.
on those hikes. I've done those.
Yeah, in the middle of this spiral of stones, people had left like little offerings, like a marble, a crystal. This is my kind of vibe, right? So I left a penny that I found, and then I left a little note with a poem on it, and I hid it under a rock.
Oh,
Well, I love that there's a spiral because quite possibly people that are in spirals are going there to spend time to clear their minds.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And the
Yeah.
spiral is a powerful presence in the world. Like you see, like snails' shells, like this patterns in nature, right? Or you see these whales that are just making spiral patterns with their air bubbles in the ocean, and they're like perfect spirals. Like, yeah. Anyway,
If my memory serves me, which it typically doesn't, that is the layout of Paris, right? Is like a shell, a snail shell.
really.
I think so.
I
Thomas, are you
love
looking
that.
it up?
You know where I need to go sit on a bench is in Paris.
Oh
I
man,
love
yeah.
Paris.
Can we come? Put
Please,
it on the list.
I would love to
Thomas.
go to Paris.
Yeah.
Maybe
Have you
I'll go-
been?
many times, but I would love to go back. Maybe I'll go this summer.
The 20 arrondissements are arranged in the form of a clockwise spiral, often linked to a snail shell, starting from the middle of the city of Paris, with the first on the right bank, in brackets, north bank of the Seine.
Look at
Nice.
that. Tig
Whoa.
fact. Tig
Yeah,
fact.
Yeah, love that.
I was cycling in Paris. I used to do long distance cycling.
Yes.
And I was training for a 5-day trip where I was doing 50 to 100 miles a day. So I went to France to train and flew into Paris. And my first night there, I went on a bike ride and I got completely lost. And I kept telling myself, just keep the Eiffel Tower in sight. But that didn't help at all. I could see the Eiffel Tower, but I didn't know where the hell I was or where I was going. And this was before there were cell phones and GPS and all that. Maybe there were cell phones, but only billionaires had them. And so I got lost, and this guy picked me up and put my bike in the back of his car, and he didn't really speak English at all, but he somehow got me back to where I was staying. And what he explained to me was this whole snail thing of the layout of Paris.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
those were the days. No maps, no Google Maps, and you just throw in your bike in the back of some guy's truck and
hope nobody kills you.
I know.
Yeah.
When I lived in Europe in 2002, I would sleep in these chamber rooms and hostels with complete strangers.
Yeah.
I mean,
love a hostel.
me and this man shared a room in Germany, and I'm like, I don't
Hello.
know this guy. I could be murdered, but you just did it.
Yeah.
You can be murdered in your own home, but let's
Yeah.
not go into
mean,
that.
That is a hard, cold fact. Thank you for reminding me.
I actually just got a bunch of security cameras. I've been living fast and loose. Like my gate was broken. I had no security cameras. I kept losing my key. And then now I've got a baseball bat under my bed, and I got
Jeez, May.
security. Well, everyone said I should.
Yeah, why not?
Are you inviting a lot of strangers back to your house?
Yes, Tig.
I never heard. I think we have bear spray somewhere.
Do you really? No, I
Or
had
some
this
kind
wooden,
of spray.
like a wooden baseball bat, and then they said, "Oh, you should put a sock over it." So, if the person tries to grab it. Oh, I already said this. Okay. Fuck.
Well, I didn't know that you were really gearing up for a massive attack, but I do remember you mentioning putting a sock over a baseball bat, and that's a really good idea.
Yeah. I
But
feel
Safety
safe now,
first.
though.
Safety first.
But now everybody knows when
To
they
look out
break
for
into your
that.
house.
They're like,
that-
I know not to grab that baseball bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to remind people my really good defense of like getting on your back and just kicking wildly. Like if anybody's coming at you. And I do think that comes from my childhood. When my brother would attack me, I would just get on my back and.
I took one semester of karate in college because I think I had to have a credit in something.
Sure.
And I did learn some pretty good skills. I did learn how to break a guy's kneecap if needed.
Oh,
What?
how?
You have to kick down, kick out and down.
But I don't know what that means. What do you mean?
I'd have to show you.
Well, stand up
Come
because
on, I
this is
can't.
life. Come on, Fortune.
I don't have the room. I
You don't
really
have pants on?
I don't have pants on.
Out and down. Okay.
Yeah,
no,
I'll show-
I can picture that.
our next-
So you're hitting
our-
it from the
our-
top on an angle.
Yeah, our next live record, I'll show you how to do it.
Next live record, you break Tig's kneecaps.
And
Oh,
I
no.
broke a wooden thing with my foot as well.
Would you just call it maybe wood?
You know what?
I would, Tig. I broke a
I
piece of
would.
wood. A block of wood.
Okay.
With your forehead would be really badass.
No, I know, but it was with my foot. You know how strong my gams are.
Yeah. Oh boy, do we? How
Do
did you
we?
get those gams, by the way?
My only guess is that I played sports my whole life. So I grew up playing soccer, softball, basketball, and tennis.
But I don't feel like Abby even has calves like that.
I played collegiate tennis all 4 years and collegiate soccer my senior year. So I ran all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I
And
think
now they're
part of
just
it's
ready
genetics.
to go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember in sort of like college age, guys were really into crushing cans on their head? Like you finish the can and then you crush the can on their head. Is that still, do you think people still do that?
I
or
don't run around in that
not
circle.
scene?
Yeah, I really don't. I'm in bed by 9. But what?
Yeah, I've never done it either.
Me neither.
Yeah.
You ever done a keg stand?
No.
Do you
Or
not? Do you really not know?
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Okay. Thomas, keg
Should
stand?
I answer this?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've done the keg stand.
Thomas,
Wow.
Marie.
Honestly, Tig, we don't know. Like in your past, there are some
Yeah.
wild things you did do.
Oh my gosh, I did wild things, but not alcohol or drug wild.
Oh, okay.
You know?
I don't think we knew that.
Smart money moves are all about getting more out of every dollar. With Rocket Money, you can easily find forgotten subscriptions and have them negotiate bills for you, putting money back in your pocket. With all those savings, Rocket Money practically pays for itself.
Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Yes, Rocket Money has helped me by catching forgotten subscriptions and helping me track monthly expenses with ease.
Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features.
Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Download the Rocket Money app and enter handsome in the survey so they know we sent you. Don't wait. Download the Rocket Money app today and tell them you heard about them from our show.
Sweaters, candles, a candle shaped like a sweater with an image of a candle sewn into it. Mother's Day gifts can be a little predictable and boring. Named the best digital photo frame by Wirecutter, Aura frames are guaranteed to mix things up this year.
I'm going to be honest. I'm guilty of accidentally giving my mom the same gift on subsequent years. It's hard to keep track of what I've given her, and she kind of has everything she needs. But that's why Aura Frames makes the perfect gift. It's not just an object, it's a connection between you and the cherished, dear person you gift it to. Aura Frames comes with unlimited storage, so you can share as many photos as you want from your phone to your mom's Aura frame. Not only will she be grateful that it's not another candle sweater or sweater candle, she'll also love that an Aura frame means she gets to see more of you.
Aura has a great deal for Mother's Day. For a limited time, listeners can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off, plus free shipping on their best-selling Carver mat frame. That's AURA frames.com. Promo code HANDSOME. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
You're like, you walked on train tracks or you robbed a guy or you...
Yeah,
So
she
wait,
was-
you're saying you don't know that I didn't have
like in your dyke days when you had your okay dyke picture.
Yeah, you're saying I could have
Those
been
days.
jacked up on drugs and alcohol.
I
We
didn't
could have done a keg
I don't
stand.
think you were jacked up on anything, but I didn't know how much you dabbled.
I think I was just jacked up on gayness, but
Yeah.
You were pretty gay.
I didn't really drink alcohol until maybe till I was 30. I mean, of course I had a drink here and there, but I didn't casually drink alcohol till I was 30. I think it was mainly because I was dating somebody that drank more than casually. She drank way more than casually.
So you had to be in charge.
Well, I just had to not just in charge. It was more so I was drinking to make our relationship
work.
make sense.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then after that, whatever, who cares? But no, I don't have any. I think like once a year, and I really don't even drink a drink even anymore, but maybe.
We've seen you have a sip of whiskey here and there. We went out, you had a margarita one time.
In the past like 6 months, I would say I've stopped.
Okay.
Even a little sip of whiskey or a margarita or something, but
I feel like it's probably so many comedians have done this joke that it's hack, but it did happen to me. So I will say that on Easter, I had ordered food delivery. And so I got a notification on my phone from Uber Eats that said, Jesus is on the way. Yeah, that was pretty
And
good.
it was on Easter?
It was on Easter. Yeah. And the driver was called Jesus.
Risen.
I thought you were going to say the joke that I made, which I'm sure I'm not the first, but we were going to an Easter egg hunt with Max and Finn, and somebody said something about the egg hunt. What time does the egg hunt start? And I said, well, hasn't that been our entire last year, huh? Hunting for eggs. Hello.
Wait, what?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Eggs are hard to come by because, have you not heard about this?
Because they're expensive and the bird flu.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like a fertility thing.
Wow.
Wow. I was like, oh, you're trying to freeze your
To
eggs.
be fair, May, it wasn't a great joke. No offense.
Thank
Fortune,
you. Thank
Marie. You don't think that was
Thank
a
you.
good joke? That we've all been hunting for eggs?
I have not been hunting for. They're on the shelves. They're just
Sometimes
expensive.
they're not, though. Sometimes
really?
they're not.
They're coming back, but there was a moment there where they were very hard to find.
I mean,
So
I'm not
you're
hunting
right,
for them.
Tig, for
Thank you.
sure.
So my joke was stellar.
It would be
Gosh.
funny if you and Stephanie got a babysitter for Max and Finn so that you guys could go to an Easter egg hunt. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Easter is so much more fun when you have a child.
Yeah. It's really not a thing
When
if
you're
you
not-
don't.
when you don't have a child, you're like, I mean,
I
you
don't-
celebrate
I-
Jesus. You celebrate Jesus and all that stuff for sure.
I
But-
disagree with the fun thing because my friend Beth, it is her favorite holiday. And before we had Max and Finn, as adult, and Beth and I are like friends from way back, we times. And she organizes and used to organize adult egg hunts.
Oh,
and
that's
we
fun.
we
That's
had
fun.
so much fun. So how dare you say it's only fun with a kid? We
Okay.
would have a whole brunch and we would all get a basket and
Oh,
Beth,
I love that.
yeah, it was
That's great.
so fun. And then Max and Finn came along and now we just transferred it over to them. And
I
it's
need to
just
start organizing more social things.
let's
Maybe-
do
Say
it,
the word.
girl.
Say the
All
word.
right,
And
I'll get into my social phase this summer.
Yes, you
Yes.
will. Yeah,
activities,
you will.
though. Like activities are
Okay.
where it's at for me. That's what'll get me
Activities.
out.
We're gonna be social butterflies this summer.
Yes, I'm
Dinners.
down.
You know what also I want to do, since the love
What,
of
girl?
tap dancing has come to the forefront even more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to take a tap class for real, but I feel like they only do it for children. So
Fortune.
I wanted to
Guys.
I already have a dance instructor ready to teach us here in LA.
Well, that's true, but I also
Well,
want to go to a kids tap dancing class.
okay.
Why kids?
But
Let's talk about this weird.
Because then we'll all be learning at the same pace.
Well, my suggestion is that because that amazing dance teacher
Wait.
from our live show,
She's
Yeah.
gonna want to teach us buffoons.
well, she's been like DM me some suggestions of classes. What if we all pay her an exorbitant amount of money to do a private class, just the three of us? It's
I mean,
a
we
big
should.
She
ask
lives
for
in
her.
Austin.
And also, she's a major choreographer.
I know.
And you know, we test patience.
But I need to go back to Fortune saying we would all learn at the same level, even if you're not a small
'Cause
child.
a
you're
small child is learning the basics very
So are
slowly,
we.
and I think we need that.
Okay, but we are too, so we're still learning at that same level. It's
But do you
but we can
know-
get a private.
Are there adult classes that teach at that level? I felt like I
telling
had to
you.
join the 7-year-olds.
Fortune Marie, listen to me. I have an
Also, wouldn't that
instructor,
be wouldn't that be funny?
and we could have dance recitals. Okay, but Fortune,
I need a child to.
I have a
wanna
dance
do-
instructor
Okay,
that will
okay.
teach us a private lesson, the three of us.
Okay.
And so we can have our own recital and we will do that.
Okay. Invite our friends.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Yes.
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 Let's do it.
I love that it is so hard
Put it on the
for us
list,
to
Thomas.
even schedule
I
doing
know,
this
to
podcast.
record, but we're gonna
But I
take
feel
tap.
like we will make the time if this is like I will do that.
Yes.
By the way, I have a friend who told me that her parents love Easter and love the aesthetic, and they're always like their internet password is Easter Bunny and stuff like that.
My
And
God.
then her and her siblings were sitting around and they were like, wait, we're all born in January. That means we were all conceived around Easter time. And they brought this to the parents and they were like, yeah, well, your father worked a lot and that was the one day off was Easter. And they're like, what? So this whole time, like the internet password is Easter Bunny, and this is all a reference to how you guys bone every Easter.
Doing it like bunnies.
I know.
Yeah,
Look at
doing it
that.
like bunnies.
That's
Very good.
that is a real love of Easter.
Yeah.
And the
well.
Lord.
And the Lord bless you and keep you.
Thank you, Fortune.
The Lord make his face to shine upon you. To shine upon you. Okay, sorry.
Well, no, don't be sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I mean, I was thinking of getting the show moving along, but then one of my favorite things in the world is to hear
Is a hymn.
The
from
religious
her.
fervor, especially, yeah, just
And
because
be
you're
gracious unto you.
What does it mean when they talk about countenance divine? And like, is your countenance your face? Like,
I don't know.
countenance divine. Like, I think it's like a religious term for your face. Anyway,
let's find
Speaking
out.
of religious faces, the Pope checked out.
Oh, I know.
I know.
Aren't you glad
I
you?
know.
Yeah, it is. Countenance is a person's face or facial expression.
Well, you have a beautiful countenance.
Oh,
Yes, you do.
Yeah, Tig, it's nice that you got to go and meet
yes.
the Pope. Who knows what the next Pope will be like? It could be a scary Pope, so it's good that you...
Mm-hmm.
I've seen online people calling me a conspiracy theorist and saying I'm gullible, but I will say that there is a prophecy of the popes that said that this Pope would be the last before the end of the world, and so when he passed, I got a little nervous.
Uh-oh. And so what makes you nervous about the end of the world?
Yeah, good point, actually, when you put it that way.
Because if we're all gone.
Yeah, I'm ready to see what's...
I don't want it to happen, but I was just wondering what your nerves are about.
Well, yeah, isn't it kind of dark that I feel more comfortable at the end of the world because I wouldn't be missing out on anything and everybody would be dead? Like, I'm less scared of that than my own death. No, I don't know. But they just found they found evidence of life on another planet.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yes, recently.
It's not confirmed.
Or is it not? It's like 124 light years away or something, and the gases that creatures emit.
Fortune, please let the scientists speak.
Meg, can you tell me more about the creatures?
I think, unless I read something else, I think they have a lot of reason to believe this is what's going on, but it's not fully 100%.
Sorry,
Okay,
Fortune has just shown us a creature.
Fortune
that
needs
is-
attention because we were right in the middle of getting some very updated information from
Scientist Tig Notaro,
I found
Dr.
a
Tig.
creature.
No, from you. I'm calling you the scientist.
Yeah,
you were saying
are a
gases
resident
and stuff.
scientist.
But then you were following it up with equally well-researched...
Was it a May fact that you were sharing that someone felt was a conspiracy theory? Was that what you were saying?
I made the mistake of dipping in to a little Reddit thread about... And it was like, oh, May's so gullible and this is...
I see.
But listen, I just like a little joy in my life and I like to entertain the possibility that all these things are true.
Okay.
And does it cause me stress? Yes. And am I overwhelmed? Yes.
And did Tig and I know at any moment what you're talking about? No.
No, but you try the deep breathing.
Yeah.
See if it helps.
Buy the tinfoil hat.
And by the way, real quick, when we should move into our question, but does anybody have any feelings about all of the ladies that went off into space?
Well, I feel like Fortune's kinder than me.
Mm-hmm.
I love it when the internet kind of unites sense of humor wise and finds the same thing funny.
memes.
And yeah, it makes me feel like the human population has the same sense of humor. And so I am enjoying the content of like the ridiculousness of Katy Perry singing up there, and you know, it was funny. It was funny.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
Is, let's say, because I understand what you're saying. My concern is I don't like pylons.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
I
I'm
know,
like,
and it's they're just going to space.
and
Like, what?
and look, you can be like, absolutely, it wasn't
just
great
felt
for
so-
the environment.
Yeah.
Absolutely, there was some over the top reactions to what they were doing, and yes, money could have been spent in different ways, but okay. And
Yeah.
then it's like,
It just felt kind of tone deaf, I guess, is what people are feeling like with
absolutely.
every. But yeah, you're right. I guess. But it was pretty. I mean,
I love Gail. I
love
I like
Gail.
running into Gail. She's like, "Hey, Fortune." She's always so nice, and I don't want
That's
to.
so
You know,
nice.
I want to support my Gail.
Oh yeah,
sure,
I love Gail.
sure.
Yeah,
Gail's great. And look, there's no. I'm just curious because of course there's like funny things, but then I go, ooh, but these are actual people.
I know. It's
I don't
easy
like
to.
the pylons either.
I don't like pylons.
I'm like, ugh.
Oh gosh.
Right.
And I don't like yucking people's yum.
Yeah.
That's a good expression.
It was special to them,
It was powerful for them. Yeah.
you know.
But
Yeah.
but yes, there was tone deaf moments. There was easy targets and not great for the planet and money.
I think I kind of, it passed me by. And then so I only heard about it or was aware of it like when it happened. I didn't really know it was happening. And
Yeah.
I think it just some things feel surreal. It just
Yeah.
felt like it was just slightly surreal.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know how I'm supposed to feel about this.
Yeah.
Like, cool.
Yeah, I was
guess.
just curious. I
Yeah.
didn't follow it too much. Somebody, Stephanie sent me
This random person.
yeah, sent me
Somebody.
something about it, and I was like, I totally get it, but I'm just like, man, it stresses me out when there's a
Right.
pylon on people.
But
Yeah.
haven't groups of men gone to space, and was it this big of a deal?
Well, that was the thing is they were like women power and unite. And it felt
It
like,
probably
with
wasn't
everything.
a lot. It probably wasn't 8 men holding hands and singing, you know,
But I
like
love when ladies hold hands and sing.
I'm all for
That's
it.
my favorite part of any lady hang.
some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Like, to check that your dogs aren't getting car sick when you go on a family road trip with your puppies. Take a lot of breaks and make sure they're getting some water as well.
Checking first is smart, so check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois. If you're like me, you've got a go-to shirt you love to wear. And if you're like me, it probably needs to be retired. But guess what? I got a brand new go-to, totally unexpectedly, when I picked up a few new pieces from Quince. Their t-shirts are the first things I reach for in my closet. Lightweight, comfortable, and always on point.
Quince has all the things you actually want to wear, like organic cotton silk polos, European linen beach shorts, comfortable pants that work for everything from backyard hangouts to nice dinners. And the best part, everything with Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than what you'd find at similar brands. I got the European linen drawstring beach shorts at only $39.90, and they're better than a lot of the more expensive luxury brand shorts that I've tried at a way better price.
Elevate your closet with Quince. Go to quince.com/handsome for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/handsome to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/handsome.
If your dog could talk, they would beg for Ollie. Ollie delivers clean, fresh nutrition in 5 drool-worthy flavors, even for the pickiest eaters. Made in U.S. kitchens with highest quality, human-grade ingredients, Ollie's food contains no fillers, no preservatives, just real food.
Here's how it works. You take Ollie's 30-second quiz on behalf of your dog, and they'll create a customized meal plan tailored just for them. Ollie makes recommendations based on results from hundreds of thousands of other happy dogs. Ollie offers 3 different meal plans, plus treats and supplements. Fortune's dog, Biggie, loves his Ollie food. I'm telling you, I've never seen a happier and more animated dog. His whole face just sparkling with life and intelligence, and I attribute that to Ollie.
Dogs deserve the best, and that means fresh, healthy food. Head to ollie.com/handsome, tell them all about your dog, and use code HANDSOME to get 60% off your welcome kit when you subscribe today. Plus, they offer a clean bowl guarantee on the first box, so if you're not completely satisfied, you'll get your money back. That's OLLIE.com/handsome and enter code HANDSOME to get 60% off your first box.
I'm all for it. And I'm all for spending money in the best way possible and doing all the right things. But let's say there was a glitch and
This is a constant debate in my family too, because I love space and I care about space and space travel.
now you sound like Katy Perry.
yeah.
Because baby, you're a firework.
Did she sing that up there?
No, and that must have taken a lot of restraint, which I respect.
What?
Because
That's
she's
the
saying,
song if you're gonna sing one.
And can I
know.
tell you, Stephanie, I love Katy Perry, and she got me tickets to her concert years ago. Maybe I've talked about this.
Yeah.
I did.
You loved
hilarious.
it, and it was there were lots of
Picturing
kids
you
there.
pop into Katy Perry and
Yeah,
sharks dancing in the background.
I did not know that she appeals to kids. I was like, what the hell?
She's like
Where
mostly
am I?
appeals to kids now.
What if we showed up to our live podcast and the whole audience was kids, and we were like, "Oh, we didn't know this was our demographic." I
Probably
guess.
our friends from the tap dancing class.
Yes.
But this is a big debate in my house between my mom and I, because we care a lot about space travel, but also like the money that's spent, and it would be so easy to solve, world hunger.
Well,
like
that part
is-
would be nice for sure.
Yeah, and also now that space travel seems all connected to these billionaires and sort of eccentric.
It would
Yeah.
be nice for all the money that Jeff Bezos spends. Like when he spends a big chunk of money on something, he also donates a big chunk of money
Yeah.
to something else.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Because he has the means to do that
Yes, he
Yeah.
does.
tenfold.
Yeah,
So maybe he should think about that.
we got to the bottom of that. Yeah,
You hear us, Jeff?
You hear us? Oh,
He listens.
Bezos.
he listens, I'm sure.
Stephanie did a commercial with him, and nobody on set could call him Jeff Bezos. They could only call him Big Bird.
Wait, he requested that?
I guess
was his
because of
code
like
name?
kidnapping, like
Oh my god!
Like you-
Big Bird is in the building.
Whoa.
yes, Big Bird, and it's like, why not come up with something like Carl or something? Because
Carl.
Big Bird, Big Bird's not there. You
Yeah,
know,
that's ostentatious.
you
People
for
are going,
sure-
Blend in.
people would be like, why? Big Bird? Wait, I gotta
We
go
got
see
Big
that.
Bird. They're like, that's not a real person. Let's look into that.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, like how when celebrities check into hotels and they'll use names like Big Bird or like Al Capone.
nobody
so if I was,
uses Big Bird when they check into a
You know, like
hotel,
Big
man.
Bird.
but if I was a stalker and I wanted to find someone, I'd go to the front desk and go, "Hey, is there anyone staying here with an insane name?" Like, is there,
Like Big Bird.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
connect me to Big Bird's room, please. All right, should we
You
get
don't
to our
have that name.
question?
Can you look up Bird? First name Big.
Hello, Miss Bird. I'm sorry to bother you, but there is somebody at the front desk. Okay. I can't read anymore, so if somebody could introduce. Yeah.
Because Jillian is one of my best friends.
Wow.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I will tell you who this is and then tell you how we're best friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our question asker today is a comedian, director, and writer. She's starred in so many things like Brittany Runs a Marathon, Rough Night, 22 Jump Street. She was in Workaholics. And she just co-wrote and directed this new movie called Summer of 69 that's going to be streaming on Hulu May 9th. She is amazing. She's one of my best friends. Jillian Bell is today's question asker. And yeah, we go back from, we met at the Groundlings 16 years ago. We were neighbors in two different neighborhoods for years.
Mm-hmm.
Her sister Brianna is one of my dear friends, bestie too. And I love her so much. We have been trying to get a movie made together for a while, and it is my dream that happens.
That would be a great pairing.
Because she's one of the funniest people ever.
I'd like to be in it as well. I have a lot to say about her.
Yeah.
As you know, I don't follow a lot of pop culture, TV and film.
Mhm.
Stephanie and I we were like, let's go see a movie. This was years ago, whenever the Brittany Runs a Marathon came out, and she suggested we go to that, and I was like, had no idea what this movie was. Honestly, wasn't. I don't think I was familiar with Jillian, and we went to that movie, and I was like, this is so good. This person is so funny.
I need to watch it.
And it just opened my whole world to this person. And I think working in comedy, you get so, you can get kind of run down with it, and you're and not easily amused. And she is so deeply funny. And I know everybody already knows this, but I'm very impressed.
Did you know as soon as you met her, did you know this is someone with funny bones?
Oh my God. If you watch Jillian at the Groundlings back in the day, she's so unique. Her point of view is like no one else's.
Yeah.
And you were like, who is this person? And she wrote all those sketches herself. So her point of view was like, how did she come up with that? Where does how does her brain work like that? She's just so like, I'm dying for us to get to do something big together. We've been writing the script. For years, it's just been, we always are like, we have to like have something together but she's just such a great person. She's like just there when you need her. A good person, kind heart.
That.
Well, listen, no matter how big or small the project, go ahead and throw me in there too.
Okay.
Because big fan right here of Jillian Bell.
Let's hear a question.
Yeah.
Hello, it's Jillian Bell. Oh, I'm so excited to be talking to the most handsome people on Earth. Speaking of Earth, here's my question. Okay, you're in space on a spaceship, and you've been told that the spaceship is going to explode.
Yikes.
In 3 to 4 minutes.
Wow.
Now, the only thing they can do to comfort you
This seems very
is
Jillian.
blast whatever song you want to go out with a bang on. What are you going to play? And follow-up question, would you ever go to space?
Interesting. Can you believe that? We were just talking about that.
I can.
So now it's the handsome shuttle. Hopefully there's no, what does it matter if this expedition gets backlash, because apparently we're dying.
It'll be like the what was it? Didn't Buddy Holly and a bunch of people die in a plane crash?
Yes.
I'm
that
up to
was
date
the
on all
day
the
the
hot
music
news.
died.
That was the day the music died. That wouldn't be a bad choice of song.
And you know what? The Big Bopper was on that.
Richie Valens.
Man, what a shame.
And then Buddy Holly.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, Buddy Holly has that famous song.
Every day.
Well, what is it? Oh, God.
Love like yours will surely come my way. Hey,
there's that. And then also, oh, wow, I've completely spaced it. Anyway,
have you
I'll come
spaced
back.
out?
I'll come back to it. That'll be the day when
That'll
you say,
be the day.
yeah, that'll be the day when you say goodbye. That'll be the day. Yeah. And when you say goodbye, something about when I die, and then boom, he died.
Well, would you go to space?
I would not.
I would not go in a shuttle, but I would go in a hot air balloon through the ozone layer, because that is what Joe Kittinger did. He was the first person to see the Earth from space. And you can, in a hot air balloon with like a breathing mask and a space suit, but exposed, and then jumped off and free fell and parachuted. And same with that Red Bull guy did it.
No, thank you.
Yeah, Felix.
A guy jacked up on Red Bull jumped out of a...
It was like a Red Bull promotional thing. Yeah.
Drink Red Bull.
Yeah,
he was full of Red Bull and vodka and just jumped out of a hot air balloon. I'm an astronaut.
Because I'm stressed about the mechanics and the machinery and the pollution and stuff. But a hot air balloon, I feel like is simple. It's going to be fine. And then I can jump and parachute. So I would do that. But I don't think I would go in a spaceship.
I don't even know if I'd go in a hot air balloon.
Really?
No.
Well, even if you weren't going to space?
No, I didn't know
Right.
hot air balloons went to space. How
I didn't
weird
know
to
they
be
went-
like
I didn't
on
know
the
that was
moon
possible.
and a hot air balloon passes you
I thought
on the
that
moon.
was like actually a big faux pas.
Well, it's probably a special hot air balloon.
wa-
Big
yeah.
faux pas.
It's a faux
In the hot air
pas.
balloon community, it's a big
Hey
faux
man,
pas
you're
if you go
going,
to
way,
space.
you're going way too high. That's a big faux pas.
That's a big faux pas.
We don't do that in this hot air balloon community.
Wait, would you go to space, Fortune?
I like space in that, like, I like to look into telescopes and learn about planets and things like that.
Sure.
I don't want to go to space just because it's like there's a rocket attached to you, and it's lots of fuel and
Could blow up.
it could
like
blow up at any
Jillian is
second and has
suggesting.
many times.
Yeah.
Many times.
I don't know. The reward of it is not big enough for the risk for me.
Yeah, I feel like, what do I need up there?
Yeah, and to float. I mean,
like a sense of
We tread
perspective.
water.
Yeah, we tread water. What do we need to float for in
Yeah.
space?
Katy Perry came back with all this kind of perspective on love and unity, but William Shatner went to space and he came back and had a very different take, which he was like, it is hostile up there. We should not be there.
For
It
real?
is a cold and hot, desolate, hostile environment.
Okay.
Well,
So
yeah, I mean, I was just thinking, I'm from the Star Trek world. You would,
yeah, exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
You don't even want to go.
I don't want to go at all. I just want to wander
Yeah.
around my neighborhood and
I understand why people do it, obviously.
Mm.
It's just not anything I've ever aspired to do.
And so, okay, you get the message. This poor person is tasked with telling you, okay, you got 4 minutes and, it's going to explode. And
We're
I can
uploading
play-
your Spotify playlist as we
I
speak.
can play a song
also
if you want.
the person that's telling you, you're saying the person from like Earth is contacting you. Okay.
Houston.
Yeah, Houston has a
So
problem.
what song-
I mean, maybe the Katy Perry's Fireworks song also is good for this.
I might want something like the Rainbow Connection.
Someday
Kermit
you'll
the
find
Frog?
Yeah, I might want to
the
hear Kermit as I
Rainbow
go out.
Connection.
Something really soothing and kind of your inner child. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kermit's on my mind because do you know who the singer, this is a stretch, but do you know who Lucas Nelson is? Willie Nelson's son?
Mm-mm.
He is so cool.
So cool.
He's so cute, so talented. And he did this post on Instagram about how he got sober, he got in shape, pulled his life together, and did something he had always been scared of but wanted to do. He's scared to fly. And so he got his pilot license. And he was just like making this announcement of like basically somebody that really turned their life around and did something that scared them. And I just found it inspiring. And it made me look at his dad's page, I went to Willie's page. And then I'm like, who does Willie follow? Guess who one of the accounts Willie follows?
Who?
Kermit the Frog.
That's perfect. That is so perfect that they're
Okay.
friends.
Not only does he follow, I was like, wait a minute, Willie Nelson follows Kermit the Frog. Then I go to Kermit the Frog's page, and then I'm like, who follows Kermit? I have like 60 friends that follow Kermit the Frog.
I think I probably do. Yeah.
I don't
course
think
you
I
do.
But I filmed with Kermit. I got to film with Kermit and Fozzie Bear.
And
Oh
did he
my
go
God.
by Big Bird?
He did not. It was one of the coolest things. I was like, I can't believe I'm filming with the freaking Muppets.
That's awesome.
That's incredible.
It
Yeah,
was,
I would
watching
love...
those guys in action was unbelievable. I mean, it was such an interesting world. They have and they have people that their whole job is to keep up with facts about the Muppets, so that there's never any sort of like different story. Like once they establish something about the Muppets, that's it forever,
Yeah.
and they have to keep up with it. You can't improvise stuff about them. It's really interesting.
Oh, that's
And you
incredible.
can't film them when they're down.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Shouldn't that be the rule for anyone? You don't want to be filmed when you're down.
Yeah.
They have to always be alive and alert, so kids always see them in their
And adults.
alive position.
I don't want to
It's-
see Kermit passed out and trashed.
It is. And those guys were like rolling around, and there's 3 of them, and they're, oh my God.
I don't want to know. I don't want to break the
it's
magic.
Unbelievable.
Tig, it's breaking my heart imagining that song coming through the speakers and you looking out the window.
Someday we'll find a rainbow connection. The lovers.
Fortune, what about you?
I was thinking, I was going dramatic for a second, like a Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You, where, it starts with a, if I should stay, the acapella.
It blows up right then.
And I'm just like, and I.
Boom! Where do you want the explosion in the song? Oh, it should be that moment in Whitney's version where it goes quiet. And then it goes, and excuse me.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
Wait, better than Kermit singing?
It's just a different vibe. It depends. Are we being filmed for documentary?
Not if I'm down.
Mine's great for a documentary.
Yours is epic.
One tear going down.
Mine's epic too.
I think so far, not that it's a competition, but so far, Tig, yours would make me cry more. Fortune would be more celebratory, I guess.
You'd be inspired.
But wouldn't mine also
for all the loved ones we're going to leave behind? We're telling them we'll always love them.
Yeah, that's nice.
And as sad as mine might be, wouldn't mine also be hilarious? Like when you had some space, some distance from it, and you laugh and you go, oh my God, Tig went out on Rainbow Connection with Kermit singing.
Mine's like a more Armageddon movie.
Yeah. Armageddon theme song would be pretty good. I could stay awake just to hear you breathing. Okay, my options
What about
are...
Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard?
Pour some sugar on me.
We're just we're acting like the end is not near.
I would play the Handsome theme. No, my first thought was Ground Control to Major Tom, but that's really dark and sad. So I'd love to pre-record before I went up just in case, like an original song about my life or something. Like, hey kid, you did good. And here we are again.
Are you tap dancing, I assume?
Yeah.
And are all 3 of us together? We're just having to listen to each other's songs.
Of course. It's on our playlist, our Armageddon play.
We're like, now your turn. Now your turn.
Yeah.
It's like Russian roulette, but you don't know what you're gonna die on.
Yeah.
I
think I'd go Great Gig in the Sky, Pink Floyd.
Give us a little bit.
That vocal solo, yeah.
Give us a taste.
Oh,
Wait. And Tig and I have to listen to that?
The
I'm not gonna be singing
Rainbow Connection, the lovers, the dreamer, pour some sugar on me.
And
I don't think we're taking the end of our life seriously.
Oh boy.
I mean, Fortune, a hymn would be nice.
Can you imagine the people at ground control going,
To
what
Major
the fuck is
Tom."
happening up there? They don't seem stressed at all. In fact, they're singing along.
I mean, you would kind of have to just resign yourself to it if you knew.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I know, like I wouldn't want to go out stressed. I think I would accept it.
Well,
I think I've talked about this, but you know, Tom Cruise is filming in space. He's going to be the first actor to film in space.
Oh my
Classic
God.
TC.
Yeah, classic TC.
Every time I watch these shows where they're in the elements and it's crazy, I'm like, we're actors. What's happening?
Right.
You know, like The Last of Us, they're shooting in Alberta, Canada. They're all like having hypothermia. I'm like, what are we doing?
I know. If I ever have to do a rain scene in the cold, I'm like, oh God. Or even just the cold. If it's like slightly chilly and I have to act like it's summertime, I'm like, God, I
can't imagine. I filmed a night in Toronto in July where it was frigid and I was like, this is hard. And I'm like, they're in Alberta, Canada in a blizzard.
But I'm like a glutton for punishment or something, or like that sort of 12-year-old in me is like, oh yeah, just punch me for real in the scene, or like, oh yeah, let me in there, I'll take my shirt off and get in the lake. Like,
No,
and
I'm like,
everyone's
what are
you
we
don't have to
doing?
do
This
that.
is supposed to be pretend.
Yeah.
I'm like, fire me. Replace me. Please,
I
somebody
gotta
replace
go home.
me.
Why am I here?
I
You
miss
guys
my
don't pay me
cats.
enough for this.
Yeah. Well, should we hear what Jillian has to say?
Yeah.
And this is my answer.
Nice.
Whoa.
Telephone line. ELO.
Yeah, a little electric light orchestra.
So good.
Whoa.
But I would never fucking go to space. You can't.
Me and you both.
I don't know that song.
I
And
love
I was-
Julian.
Do you know
Loving
ELO?
No, but that sounded
I
like
didn't know that
all
song
the
either.
young dudes. That was amazing. I'm going to listen to it
Wow.
right now.
All right.
Telephone line.
She's
ELO.
like, but I'd never go.
Well, that was a very fun episode, I have to say.
I got to say it too.
Yeah. I was
I gotta
not
say.
expecting the fun that we had and the joy that we experienced. But we did it again on Handsome.
Do you
Pulled
want
it
to
off again.
Do you need to check in?
Of course. Oh, I just saw Biggie's private part.
Also, when you lifted him up,
up.
he did a little squeak when you lifted him up.
Of course he
That was
did.
because he was laying down. He's like,
God, he's
God, look at him.
relentlessly adorable.
He
I
is
didn't get to
so
see him for a
fucking
few
cute.
weeks, and now I'm so happy to see him again.
Fortune, you are relentlessly adorable too.
You really are. Your
Wait.
countenance is divine.
Hold on a minute. Did everyone see our producer blow a kiss?
Did you get
Thomas, did you just blow a kiss to Fortune and Biggie?
Yeah, I just blew them a little kiss.
No.
Let me give you a finger
Who was
kiss.
that kiss for
Thomas, I'm
Thomas?
giving you a finger kiss back.
Thank you, Fortune.
Thomas,
That's
who
from
were you
Biggie.
kissing?
It was just aimed in the general direction of Fortune and Biggie.
And Biggie.
Was it really? Or did somebody walk by? No.
No, it was. No, there's no one back there.
You were blowing kisses. to
That is
Fortune.
so sweet.
I
and
know.
I get it. Like,
Also,
It's hard not to.
get
Look
you
how
a producer
adorable.
that blows kisses like
And look
Thomas.
how adorable we are. It's hard not to blow us a kiss.
Mwah.
what if Thomas, once an episode, one of us gets you a kiss, and it's like a reward for being relentlessly adorable, and we never know who's gonna get it.
Wait, we get a kiss?
Like he'll blow us a kiss.
Okay, because
through
I
the-
was like,
I
I
do
don't know if
finger
I would
kisses.
jump into that relationship with.
No, just a reward for
Yeah,
being,
I can do that.
Okay, thank you.
when we least expect it.
Like, who did the best on the show each episode? It's always going to be Biggie.
It's always gonna be Biggie.
Oh, look how happy Biggie is.
Guys, it was a joy to see you.
What a joy. Always
Yes.
some nice giggles with you.
I want to just mention right out of the gate here that I have a gig that is very exciting coming up. I'm doing a benefit, a charity event in Ojai, California on May 17th with Emily Salyers from the Indigo Girls. I mean, we talk about them a lot, right?
Yeah, Closer to
Yeah.
Fine would be a good song too on a spaceship.
Oh my God. I mean, that's a good song anytime.
Galileo.
But yeah, to blow up to Closer to Fine. Get your tickets for the Ojai Playwrights Conference fundraiser for May 17th. It is in a tiny venue. I mean, it is microscopic. So tickets aren't cheap, but it is a very intimate evening with a cocktail party, I believe, and meet and greet, all sorts of things. But it's a great cause. Also, June 14th, I will be in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, and then you can catch me 2 shows, August 23rd in P-Town or at P-Town or around P-Town. I don't know how to say it. And then also go to my dear pal Andrea Gibson's website to find out when our documentary Come See Me in the Good Light is screening, because there are numerous dates around the country and the world. And this documentary, I can't say it enough. It's so beautiful and inspiring and funny and touching, and it's just killing it at festivals. So get a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
I am very excited because I'm doing 3 more big music shows where I'm playing my entire album with a band, and I'm so pumped. And these are cities I've never played music in before. So June 10th, I'm in San Francisco. June 12th, I'm in Portland, Oregon. Never even been to Portland, Oregon. And June 13th in Vancouver at the Vogue Theater, which is massive, and I really want to sell it out. And please listen to the album, and then you'll know the songs. And I'm going to play some covers and some new songs and meet people after and sign merch and stuff, and it'll be great. So go to maymartinmusic.com.
My tour continues May 16th in Grand Rapids, Minneapolis. Then I go to St. Louis, Kansas City, Mulvane, Kansas, Vegas, Lexington, Knoxville, Asheville, and a ton more dates just got added, like Chicago and all those good Boston, all those places. Get your tickets, fortunefeimster.com.
Also, I will be at Dynasty Typewriter May 10th, I believe. Go to tignotaro.com. I have live dates that are in LA coming up, so check those out. And I don't know. Until next time,
why don't you
keep it handsome?
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Like to check that everyone agrees on a movie before scheduling a movie night with friends. If you give it enough time, a consensus is sure to emerge.
Checking first is smart, so check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
That was a HeadGum podcast.